winning. We about to make a killing. I don't care what you feeling. I know you wanna steal it. Want it, then come and get it. You want it, then come and get it. You want it, then come and get it. Hold up, wait a minute.
I'm going to be 100% honest with everybody. I actually started the show about 3 minutes ago, and I had a good conversation with my guest. Problem was, I never hit that button so you guys could actually see what the hell was going on. So let me see if I can kind of redo it like I did the first take. All right, take 2. Yeah, I know it's a football show, but let's go Yankees. I was excited. I did that moment. I did all this, but then I thought I nailed the intro, so I'm going to try this again. You know I love having a different guest every week. And this week, we got the Duke of Design himself, Blake Jamieson. What up, Blake?
What's going on?
Hey, I got to say, we were having a really good conversation without it being broadcasted. So that was good. All right. So I guess for those that are tuning in, Blake's driving. We talked about doing a mobile karaoke show together. There was a lot going on. So, Blake, are we still good on the carpool karaoke idea, or is that sailed now that I messed everything up?
Yeah, no, I'm still here for it, man. Still driving. So
awesome. Yeah. So, dude, what's been going on, man? It seems like you always got a million things going on.
So I like it. Yeah, man. Well, I'm kind of in the process of moving back to California from New York, and so that's been occupying a lot of my time. And I landed back in Cali a couple weeks ago now. Actually, the day that I landed, I went and bought this truck, and so got a truck for the next chapter, which I'm really excited about. My family's in California, my girlfriend's here, so I'm driving from LA up to Northern California right now for my nephew's birthday tomorrow, and just happy to be back among the trees on the West Coast.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah. Well, I know we could spend a bunch of time talking about the move, and I'm just curious. I mean, what did make you want to head back west?
Hey, man. I've been in New York for 4 years, and it was a really good 4 years for me, like creatively and like career-wise as an artist. And so New York, I knew was always something I wanted to do and do while I was young and could really like experience it. But I'm really I'm a California kid, man. And yeah, I'm just I felt called back to the West Coast, and so I think that New York did everything that I needed it to do for me, and now I'm ready for the next chapter.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, I know we're all excited watching, seeing you sell all your stuff off, popping up with uglies out of nowhere. I could only imagine what the next chapter in the Blake world is going to be. I'm all for it, bro. So you ready to talk a little fantasy football, a little KFFL action?
I sure am, and I'm excited for it, and you'll soon find out why. But yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Well, what I love to do first always is kind of break down the team of whoever the guest is this week. So we got Team Blake. Let me pull it up here so everybody can see. All right, dude. So we got Josh Allen, we got Singletary, Murray, Brown, Ayuk, Devonta Smith, Ertz, Boone, and 49ers. All right.
Yeah,
That's a solid squad.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So I will say, I had never done an auction draft. And so that's not entirely true. Last year in League DAO, I played with Mike O'Day from Knights, and we did an auction draft for the League DAO. And so, but he was really kind of running it. He's very into fantasy football. I'm into it, but he's very, very into it. So I kind of let him run the thing. So I'd never done it on my own. And I was thinking we got the draft going, and some of the early guys went for a lot of money. I felt like I overpaid for Josh Allen, who I really liked. I think I paid $42 for him. And I felt like I needed to pull back and just save all my money and let everyone else compete for a lot of the high ticket guys. And so I ended up filling out my roster, and I still had $50 left. So I spent, I bid $49 on the 49er defense to round out my team because I had to for the defense, and so like I spent $150 out of 200 to build that team. So I am actually really proud of the team given what I spent, and like I'm pretty competitive in the league. But like, with that $50, like I basically could have had the exact same team and Cooper Kupp, or something like that.
Yeah,
and like I'm really high on Cooper. I have him in my dynasty league. So yeah, it is what it is. That's one disclaimer.
So you kind of took the approach of sit back, relax a little bit because you paid so much. I mean, are you happy with the team? I mean, were there ones that you were like, oh man, I should have spent that money?
Well, yeah, like, there were guys like Cooper, for example, that I was in the mix for bidding, and then I ended up let everyone else run away with it. I'm like, I don't care. Let them spend their money. But like at the end of the day, I had an extra $50. I could have bought like one or two like pretty top tier players and supplemented what I have, because I do like what I have. Generally, I think the team is solid, but I will say, like, another disclaimer, which is this is the first time announcing it, so this is breaking news. But and might come as a shock to some people, because I've spent the last 4 years of my life watching every football game I could, because I was painting portraits for the players. But I haven't watched a single snap of football this year, live or even any highlights or anything. And that was it didn't start out being intentional. It was like preseason's here, I don't care about preseason. And then the season started, and I was like, I had some other shit going on. I was like, all right, whatever, I'll pick it up whenever. And then like I think I got to like week 3, and I was like, oh man, I haven't, because I don't own a TV. So like in the past years, I would pay for a Sunday ticket and then like watch it on my laptop. And I'd have Red Zone and a projector, and I'd be in the studio with all the games on and shit. But I just decided that I would switch it up, and then it kind of became a challenge to myself to be like, well, number one, like how long can I go without actually watching football? And then B, like the second part is like, how well can I do in fantasy football, where I'm really just like, I'm just trading the rumor mill. And that's kind of always been my strategy anyways. Like, a guy has a good week, or some guy gets hurt, so someone gets called up or whatever. Like I'm trying to like capitalize on like, okay, how can I leverage this to like trade up, so it's been fun, fan. I've enjoyed just some of it all, of like, it's psychology, which is fun. So that's where I'm at.
I'll be honest. So I gave up fantasy football for like 3 years. This is the first year I came back. All right. And because, I just get so invested in it, and then always making the moves. And then I felt like it took away from the game. Right. I was like watching every game, trying to see who's doing what. I don't think I could survive, Blake, without actually watching football, bro. Like on Sunday, is there anything in you that's like, all right, I need to put this on? Or is it just at this point kind of like, that 3-day rule? You do it 3 times, it becomes a habit, and you're okay.
Yeah, man, it's been pretty easy. It's actually the hardest part is avoiding the highlights and things after. Because, that shit's always on Sports Center, and that's always on in like bars or restaurants, whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know. It hasn't been hard for me. And, at this point, it's like an internal game where I think it's fun to just keep the streak alive. But like, if I had a really good reason, if all my friends were going to, spend a Sunday going to a game or going somewhere to watch a game, I wouldn't like miss out on an opportunity of life, because it was football. I just wouldn't like necessarily suggest it or seek it out, right? Of things to do. Because it's also like, I mean, it's a lot of time, man. 3 hours a game. And I used to watch, on Sundays, I'd be watching as many games as I could, right? Might watch three different games and spend like 9 hours, like at least somewhat like kind of locked into what's going on somewhere else in the world. And I want to be more present in my own life, and take the steps I need to build the future I want.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I'm gonna go and try to start a little pool amongst nights to find out, what week you give in, and we'll find out. I won't tell you who picks what date, but I got to find a gambling angle somewhere on this. So I think that's the play. When does Blake give in? But the good news is, you are here to prove to everybody that there is no Degen, Huddle, JiggaMan, Porto curse. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Blake pulled the W this week, 121-17 to 118-87.
Close one.
Yeah, man. I mean, you squeaked it out. And then, that's got to hurt your competitor to know that you're kind of winging it right now and they still got schmacked.
Well, that's like I said, like I haven't really announced that. And I've thought about like telling people in the chat, like, by the way, guys, I'm doing this all without watching football, but it's been kind of fun just letting it play out however it does. But yeah, last night, that was a close one. I think I had two people playing on Monday night, Latavius Murray and Mike Boone, both of which I'm high on, just given the limited information I get from the sleeper app.
Right.
But yeah, I needed them to get some yards, and they did, so that was good.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know for sure if Latavius would like get the touches or not because he just joined the team.
Yeah, so, and I picked him up too. I just didn't play him this week. Wasn't sure if he was going to play. Yep. But man, Blake, you're sitting at 4-2, bro. So I think you're doing all right.
Not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, and the losses too were like pretty close. Like whatever. I feel like I'm a contender in the league that I'm in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're killing it. There's no argument there. So congratulations. And also thanks for helping me prove to everybody that just because Drew was on last week and lost, and when Mike came on, he lost, has nothing to do with the show. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So look, let's check out some of the top scorers this week, man. We had in 5th place, Dizzy J, 148.07. JT is living the dream, 150.97. Space Cowboy Dylan with a 158.60, Grizz with a 158.80, and the number one $300 prize winner, Ice Billion, 164.57. Not too shabby.
And do we have the ability can we see that team?
I always want to make sure we look at the top scorers team. So here's his team.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Austin Eckler, White, Hill, Godwin, Thielen, Knox, Ayuk, Ravens. Yeah, 164.57 with a decent squad.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, Eckler, Hill
put up some numbers this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him. I guess in another league, yeah.
You know what's crazy, Blake, is like doing this show every week and being able to see all 20 different divisions that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the last 2 weeks, the top score was like in the 190s. Just 2 weeks ago, a 164, I could have walked away with a freaking top scorer of the week. So this was a really weird week, man, with the whole KFFL. That 164 walked away with $300.
Yeah.
Do you know what your highest score has been so far? Have you looked?
I don't know, man. I don't know. 120 last time. I feel like I probably got, I think I might have hit the 30s or 40, 130, 140-ish. But it's also hard, because I have a couple, I'm in 3 leagues. So I'm in the KFFLs, and then I'm in 2 different dynasty leagues, basically with the same dudes, which is funny that we have 2 different leagues together and my teams are super different. But that keeps it fun. But everything's in sleeper. So I don't know. I get my scores mixed up because I'm keeping track of all my teams in one place,
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pull up let's pull up the biggest spanking of the week. Now, this one, 148.07 to 78.23. Dizzy J putting a spanking on him.
Yeah.
And here's the team he rolled with. Russell Wilson. He had Dobbins, Sanders, Chase, Diggs, Lockett, Ertz, Stevenson, and Patriots D. Now, I don't like to throw people under the bus, especially if I don't know who they are. But Scott, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing here? I mean, and thing is, you really can't even blame the guy. It looks like he just got dealt a bad hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty low score.
Yeah. I mean, when Hunt gives you 1 and Wilson gives you half a point, that'll kind of do it for you.
Yeah.
All right. I got to ask you, Blake, before I pull up some more stuff.
Yeah, what's up?
Is there any trades or anything you're trying to pull off in your league? I mean, I know you're kind of just going
Yeah,
here and
so
there,
I
but
mean, like I said, like, you know, trying to play the rumor mill. So I got Bridgewater after Tua's kind of multiple concussion or back, you know, situation. And I was hoping to trade him away to somebody while he was, you know, still the starter. Let's see here. Ayuk, I know I already have. I'm trying to get Ayuk in a lot of my other two leagues. I really like him. It's hard because like it makes more sense to me to like really focus on trading when it is like a dynasty league, right? Where at the end of this season, if I understand correctly, like next season it's going to be a complete redraft, and so I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think that like I'm an active trader, full Degen mode on like trading in you know late nights and on sleeper app. So I'm certainly open if people throw me trades. There was a trade in my league. I don't know. It happened, I guess now like 2 weeks ago that I was like, what the fuck is this? This is collusion. And it's funny because like
I saw the tweet.
So,
it was
yeah, man. It is what it is. Who cares? It's a fucking game. But like, you know, so it was like it was Etienne, Juju, Smith-Schuster, and George Kittle, all for Mark Andrews. Now, I get that Mark Andrews is an elite tight end. In my mind, so is George Kittle, even though his production this year isn't as high. But like, I look at that trade definitely from the lens of a keeper league, and I'm like, dude, this is so lopsided. It's not even. It's insane. This must be collusion because, in my mind, like Juju and Etienne are borderline starters, which also like my keeper leagues are also 14 teams, and so like even having those two extra up the rosters where like Juju can become a starter really fast, but in a keeper in a redraft league that's 12 teams, you know, he's a solid depth chart. So I get it, but I'm not
gonna lie, Blake. When I saw the tweet, I'm not gonna lie. I know everybody had their opinions. I was cracking up. All right, because I thought it was a good call out, and it was one that people were gonna have to choose either side. Do you think it was collusion? Do you not? I think also in that trade scenario, if we're talking maybe 2 years ago, 100%, no one's arguing with you on that. They're like, yep, Blake's right. That's getting denied. But to think now we're in a world where up until this weekend, you're still questioning if Juju is a good receiver is crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. You look at those two guys that traded, played each other this week. No fucking surprise who won. The dude who got the 3 starters. Those guys all crushed their projections. And so did Mark Andrews. But, like, you get 3 starters in the mix. You know, it doesn't matter if a fucking tight end gives you 28 points. If, you know, I don't know, Kittle put up like 18. You know, it was, I felt like this week I felt vindicated. I'm like, aha, I told you. Like, like the dude that got Mark Andrews is good. Like, that's a huge tight end upgrade. But now his team fucking sucks because all he has is a tight end.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. Why I instantly thought of that tweet when Juju got a touchdown, but instantly I was like, was Blake right? Possibly. Hey, the jury's still out, but we definitely got to look into that more.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to spank them all.
Hey, sitting at 4-2, you're on your way. I think we supposedly have 1 or 2 left that might still be undefeated across all the leagues.
Nice.
But not sure if that's changed.
Yeah, I've got a 5-1 guy in mind, but I don't think I have any. I don't think we have any 6-0s left in our league.
Yeah, I don't think in mine either.
Yeah, I think I'm 4-2. I think I'm sitting in like 4th place right now. Yeah.
All right. Well, we looked at the biggest spanking. Here's a couple of the shellackings. We had Sharp Shot Bry with 138.37 against Shane is Not So Legend with 72.33. I'm sorry, Shane. I had to do it, bro. I had to. You got Auto Dog 119.73 to Matt's Not So Great Collection with 54.20. Sorry, guys. You're taking some L's. I decided to be nice and not put you guys on the toilet bowl award category. All right. I'm going to highlight the guys that actually whoop some ass, and we're going to give credit to Dizzy, Sharp, and Otto. Good job, guys. Pull it off again. Let's check out the nail biter of the week. Now,
I'm a little nail biter for me. There's a couple points there. So
139.13, a 138.80. Big Dorch Energy walked away with the win.
Man, Dortch has been disappointing in these last 3 games.
Yeah, well, his team's
He
called
started
Big
off-
Dorch Energy, and he doesn't have Dorch in his lineup.
Yeah, well, no one has Dortch in their lineup that's winning right now.
I mean, this is a perfect. You just had 3 guys just go bananas for him. I mean, Fournette, Stevenson, and Jackson. He had a day, man.
Yeah.
When your quarterback throws up 7 points and you're still walking away with a dub, you had a lot of pieces fall into place the right way.
Yeah. What happened to Herbert? Did you watch that game last night? Because I didn't.
No, honestly, I did not watch this. I started to, and it was just no.
Yeah. I like Herbert a lot. I like him.
Yeah.
He's in a dynasty league. I'd chase him.
Yeah, and I think this
I
was
got
his
Burrow.
lowest week scoring, so it's expected
Yeah.
every once in a while, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that
All
game
right.
went to overtime too.
Yeah. Other nail biters. Hank 7, 117.47, a 116.87. We had Benny R 92.43 to 91.67. And then Mr. Pink NFT 103.17 to 101.67. Bunch of close ones. But here's the thing, Blake. None of these are going to impress me when just 3 weeks ago we had a tie. You don't get any more nail biter than that.
How does that get resolved?
I have no idea. It wasn't in my division, so I didn't investigate more. But, I mean, do you just keep a draw in fantasy? I've never seen one before. You know what? That sounds like a Joe Candy question. We'll have to reach out to Joe and find out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, because it's down to like 2 decimal places too. I mean, that takes some precision.
Yeah. All right. Let me pull this up real quick, Blake. We got to look at the lowest scores. Those people have to be called out as well. Let's jump into a little bit of the Toilet Bowl Awards. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Toilet Bowl Awards, and let's start with the lowest scores of the week. Where are we? All right. So, I could start with the very, very lowest one here. Let's pull him up. All right. Sorry to do it to you, bro. But Matt's collection, Mr. 5420, walking away with the Toilet Bowl Award this week. Not by much, though. DC 1983 was 56-53. And Deja Vu, what are you doing? Like, I'm starting to realize you purposely named your team Deja Vu because this is the 3rd time I've seen you on the lowest scores list, bro. Like, this is just not a good look for you. Here's Matt's team. Oh, I think we got a frozen Blake. All right. Blake will be back here with a second. So, guys, we had Team Matt's collection, which I'm sure Team Matt's on the chat, right? 1309 with Tom Brady. He had Joe Mixon, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, when you got 2 guys in that aren't even playing, that'll do it right there. I mean, dude, you got Taylor in there and you got Jones in there. What are you doing? Hey, Blake, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I was right before I got disconnected, I asked if he even set a lineup. So he said about half of one.
Yeah, I mean, when
I know people that play like that, where they draft a team and they set a lineup and then they just leave it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that Taylor and Jones, but I mean, I get the set it and forget it strategy, but you got to know if you've got people injured, right? Like, wouldn't you want to go back, especially if you're paying to be in the league? That's the one downside with fantasy. And you can tell me if you disagree, but you know how many people do it. You get to that point where you feel like there's no chance that you're getting in that top 3, and that's it. You lose them halfway through the season. They don't bother setting their rosters, nothing.
Yep.
I don't get that, man. I really don't. So
yeah, I
Blake,
always fight to the bitter end.
yeah, exactly. I don't care. I'm gonna still sit there and try, even if I lose every game.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, Blake. We've been doing the KFFL after dark, okay?
Okay.
And we got Doughboy and Jungle Goat. Those guys are always giving insight on the waiver wires, giving up all that info. But the other piece that they've been doing is side bets. Matter of fact, it's been side Steeds bets from people not in the same division, just all across the KFFL.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be open?
I'll take a bet. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
I got some nice steeds too.
All right.
I'll put up a good one.
All right. So what I'll do is we'll clip this. We'll put the challenge out there so people can accept. We'll give them 2 days, and you'll decide which one you want to accept. All right.
Cool. Take anyone. Let's do it.
All right. You guys heard it. Blake is open for Steeds bet. And just for the rules, so people know, we don't even share what our rosters and lineups are because we're in different divisions. Keep it secret. And then we find out, like tonight, we'll find out. Did Drew Austin beat Jungle Goat? Did Jungle Goat win? Someone's walking away with the Steeds. But
they bet. Those two bet.
Yeah, it was Jungle Goat and Drew. They put up a Steed. So
that's great.
I can sit here and say, I know the answer of who's got the win, but we'll wait till those guys do their job tonight. All right, so we're going to clip this. Blake is in, people. The other cool thing is, I don't know if everybody's noticed. I know you and I know, Blake, but have you guys checked out the new KFFL dedicated leaderboard website where you literally can get everything that you find out here at the end of the show? It opens up at 9 o'clock. The website's there. You can check it out. Go register. I'll drop the link in the chat for everybody. But man, I got to tell you, Pat killed it. It's got everything on there from your leaderboard to the biggest losers of the week. Everything we cover on the show, he brought to life on that leaderboard. It's in the chat. We're dropping in Discord right after this, so everybody can go check it out. Those of you in the chat, this is your chance right now. Do you want to be the one to take the challenge from Blake before we open it up to the public? You let me know. Yeah. But Blake's down for a Steeds challenge.
Yeah. Always down. Bet.
Go figure. You mean you're a real Degen?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. This is the first week.
I don't watch football.
Doesn't mean you won't bet on it.
I don't watch football doesn't mean I don't bet on it. Yeah. Shit.
All right, this is the first week. I figure we're 6 weeks in. It's time to start looking at the leaderboard on who's winning that top prize as of right now. If the league ended, Alex Taub in first place by 4 points with
Goblin Town, man.
Yeah,
he's Goblin King.
Listen, this man has walked away twice already, Blake, with the top performer of the week. So he's already, $500 in the green. His roster
look like? Yeah.
It's literally the Kansas City Chiefs and two other players. He went with an all Chiefs strategy.
Interesting. And I've done that. I actually did that 1 year with the Ravens when they played really well with Lamar. It's a fun strategy. It's not so fun on your bye week, but
Yeah, well, I'll say he's winning enough to take that.
Yeah, you get it all over with at once. Now I've got to deal with fucking bye weeks the rest of the season.
Yeah. Well, he's killing it. 864. But I was shocked to see he's only up by 4 points. Hank 7 with 860. Then we got 857. Knowles Racing with 854. And Wade the Video Guy with 833. For those of you that are going to go check out the website, cool little feature in there. You can actually type your name in the search bar, and it'll show you in every category where you fall. So you'll know exactly where you're at points-wise. It'll show you where you're at record-wise. It's pretty freaking dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So Blake, 4-2, bro. That's freaking solid. That really is.
It's okay. See where I'd like to be.
Yeah. I say it's solid because I'm 4-2 as well. So I'm kind of tapping both of us on our backs here.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Great job, man.
Yeah. you too, bro.
I'm happy with it.
Man. Well, Blake, I know you're driving. You've given me 30 minutes of your illegal driving and talking with me on video. I love it. Thank you. Great job this week kicking butt. I will get that video out. Expect your Twitter to start blowing up with everybody trying to take you on for this challenge. Awesome, man. Drive safe.
And I'm
you
not
hanging out,
opposed
Blake.
to bet. I'm not opposed to side bets with a couple of people. I don't care. I got
you heard it.
I got a stable. I got a whole stable of steeds.
I love the fact that you'll sit here and say, hey, I'm not even watching the games or what's going on with my roster, and I'm still going to bet and win some more steeds. That's dope.
Yeah.
You know what?
Win or lose,
Totally...
man, it gets steeds moving around, which is good.
Awesome. Well, Blake, man, appreciate you hanging out. Drive safe, and I'll talk to you real soon, man. All right, Knights. Hope you enjoyed your Degen Huddle, your KFFL recap. You heard it. Anybody that wants to challenge Blake is taking some challengers. Hit him up. Put a steed on the line. Are you confident in your team? The man's 4-2 right now. You saw his roster. I mean, I shared it. I'm not going to put it up again right now, but you can go back and just hit rewind on the show, and you'll be able to see it. Make sure to check back in here, 9 p.m. Eastern. Jungle Goat Doughboy coming to you guys with the KFFL After Dark. And on that note, guys, I'm out. Peace.